The MacBook Air has always been one of Apple's most valuable products. Light, fast, great for everyday use, and since the M1, powerful. That means you can easily do even light editing or graphics work with it. The M4 MacBook Air follows the same formula, only it's more powerful, cheaper, and got some small but practical upgrades. And is almost perfect now. It's exactly the same design, but I'm not unhappy. The same minimalist, ultra slim, and lightweight design that now has a new color called Sky Blue, which I think should be called Whisper Blue. The body is still aluminum, the keyboard has great depth and click, and it still has one of the best and largest touchpads in the world. I can't really find fault with the design. Maybe the notch is a problem, but the display bezels are small enough. The webcam inside the notch now has a 12 megapixel sensor. The webcam quality is very good. It will completely meet your needs. But no, you can't stream with it yet. The display is the only problem I have with the MacBook Air, and it's not about the quality at all. The 2K IPS which support HDR and the full DCI-P3 color space and has a brightness of 500 nits. Is not as good as the Pro series, but it's great for this price. But only 60 Hz. And that doesn't make sense for a $1,000 laptop in 2025. No matter how smooth the software is, it's unforgivable. The speakers are the same four, which are really great, good bass, sharp, and immersive sound. We'll get to the hardware soon, but before that, I'd be happy if you subscribe. I need your support. The M4 chip has 10 CPU cores, 4 of which are performance cores and 6 of which are efficiency cores. It has 8 or 10 GPU cores and 16 neural engine cores. This year's base model has 16GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. The RAM speed reaches 120 gigabits per second, which is great, but don't think it's 20 times better than LPDDR5. This speed is due to the ARM architecture. The memory speed is also excellent, 3 gigabits per second. Previously, Apple's chip could only be compared to itself, because of its uniqueness. But now it has a competitor. In Geekbench and single-core performance, the M4 is 28% faster than the previous generation, and 34% faster than the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite. In Cinebench, this difference is much smaller. In multi-core performance, we still see a 28% improvement, but a little weaker than the Snapdragon X Elite. Of course, in Cinebench, its difference with the X Elite is 20%. Also consider that the X Elite is a bit more expensive. We see an 18% improvement in GPU, and it's 51% better than the Qualcomm's chip. A definite advantage. Now let's take a closer look at it. In reality, everyday tasks are performed as smoothly as possible. And let me put it this way. You can easily do a 4K editing project and even light 3D design. Of course, it doesn't have cooling fan, so it gets hotter than the Pro version. But it's great. As always, the plugged and unplugged performance are the same. Amazing! Let's talk about the software, where it comes with macOS Sequoia. It still has same elements and features of Mac. It still has problems with engineering softwares, and although it has improved in terms of gaming, you don't buy it for gaming. Of course, if you have a few games to play here, you can't play with X Elite at all. You also have Apple Intelligent here. Of course, I prefer Copilot right now. The NPU in the M4 also allows a number of features such as Image Playground to process on device, which is not very practical. The NPU is more useful for editing tools and features like changing background in video calls. Its battery has been increased by 1 watt-hour and has the same uncomparable performance as before. Apple says it has up to 18 hours of continuous video playback, and in real-world experience, if you don't use it too heavily, you can last up to a day on a charge, which we all know is unbeatable. Its adapter is 65 watts and charged with MagSafe ports. As before, you don't have many ports here. 2 Thunderbolt 4 along with a 3.5mm audio jack that also supports special formats. What's new is that you can connect two 6K 60fps monitors to it. But this time, the laptop's display stays on. Overall, the 2025 MacBook Air is a great buy, especially since the base model is $200 cheaper at $999, and it also has 16GB of RAM. Of course, this can only be considered a feature for Apple in 2025. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, and if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye, see you next video.